humor. That's one of the Hunter doesn't get a lot of credit for the humor that he's got, but as you know, he's got some fun as hell. Yeah, and so exactly, and that's the thing. Those were really the, it's like, sorry, pass a little, exactly, can you make that? And so, right, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, that was honestly, and then of course the fact that he didn't partake.
I think Ambrose will hold that title till WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania he'll drop it to somebody.
Was it cage or was it straight up match? No, it was cage match. I remember cage match.
What's on your Twitch right now?
Sting, Seth Rollins, submission match.
And it was all you guys out there.
Yeah, I think he'll hold that title to WrestleMania, man, because I don't see him losing it at the Rumble. Unless they put him up against somebody like Brock Lesnar or something.
Man, I was in the back, my eyes were this big. It was like that when Brock broke Taker's streak. The one guy in the front row. This is what I was in the back. The guy did a good job. Like, man, WTF for these guys doing. And so anyway, they go down south, and we stayed in New York. Stayed with WWE, and you were the world champion. Right. Triple H took it on the chin. He had to take it on the chin, and this wasn't sweet chin music. It was coming down on him, man, veteran man, and he was in line to win King of the Ring 96. I remember walking where I was. Some dudes were going to work out. So this clip thing, and all of a sudden, the garden thing happens. I remember I was walking across the parking lot in Lowell, Massachusetts, somewhere up there in the north, and Ben said, "Hey, Steve, you got a second?" I didn't really have a relationship with Vince at the time, It's real important to have a relationship with Vince. For those of you people that don't know, if you're in the business, form a relationship with the old man. So anyway, I said, of course. I said, "Hey, no, man, I ain't got time right now." Yes, sir. And he goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know, you're going to win King of the Ring in 2 weeks." I know so. I said, "All right, thanks." Walked off and I'm on business. 2 weeks later, we're down there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go down, Mark Merrill kicks me in the mouth, go to the hospital, get some stitches. Come back, Michael PSA's informed me of a promo that Jake and Snake Roberts has cut. I go out there and beat Jake in real short fashion. Right there, since Michael PSA has told me what Jake said in the promo, I created Austin 316, and then I needed a button on the end of it, so I came up with the Stone Cold said so. So if the click had never been formed, if Madison Square Garden had never happened, if Stone Cold never got the opportunity to win King of the Ring because the heat was put on Triple H, I don't think none of my stuff would have ever happened. Well, we just want to say on behalf of the Clicker. I gotta say thank you. Looking back, when I had my eyes this big, I would never look like it. God dang it. Crazy how things work out. All these years later, when you look back, and I'm looking back with you. I've been out of business since 2003. Kevin Nash out of business. Got all out of business. Sean Waltman's still involved in business to some degree. You're out of business. Did I say I'm out of business yet? I'm out of business. Yeah, keep it in there. I don't want to set it out. But Triple H is staying in. He bought in. And I think it's his love and it's his passion. It's what I love to do. All these years later, he stays in and ends up marrying Stephanie. And that was a real organic.
How long do you see Ambrose, Gamer Zone, staying the champ? I think he's going to hold it to WrestleMania, man.
WrestleMania?
Yeah. I think he'll hold it to WrestleMania. Because we only got, 2 more pay-per-views? The Rumble. February, there's the February pay-per-view. And then you might have the Elimination Chamber. After that, you got WrestleMania.
I mean, in the ring, no surprise whatsoever that he attained the success that he got.
I don't even think you have one in March.
Make sure he was going to be good at
it. That's really Mania.
He was always a student of the game. Yes, always. Right. And that too.
Oh, so who's he going to drop it to at the Rumble?
Again, I'm not surprised. I mean, these are all things he likes to do. And it all works to his strengths. There are some of us, I mean, you and I have talked,
I'm doing a 6-man battle royal with The Rock, Sting, Undertaker, Diamond Dallas Page, Stone Cold, and Shawn Michaels.
go
Why you
on.
put Diamond Dallas Page off of that?
I think that would be a fair statement. He does. You know, he can take it
I like DDP too. Ain't nothing like the Diamond Cutter.
You know what I mean? But he can see the upside. You know, I mean, and he's always had that ability. He doesn't have that ability now that he's a person of influence.
Well, that being said, I mean, the fact I rolled in several months ago. We were doing a podcast somewhere. I think it was one of the first ones I did in Denver. I was actually talking to him, and I talked to him for about an hour and a half before the podcast. And I'm sitting there, man, I knew Triple H. We introduced ourselves to each other back in WCW when he came in, and just clicked right off the bat. And so now, you know, he's always doing the game, always real serious about it.
They might try to hold. I think they might try to hold the KO rematch until the Rumble.
Under the wing of Vince for as long as he has, whole different maturation process. Yes, sees the business from, I think, a bigger picture than he's ever seen it before, and is now, you know, starting to pick up all the pieces of, you know, that Vince has been doing all these years. Do you see that way? I mean, he's definitely changed and matured. You've got to see that. It's almost like, but I mean, it was like when Moses got those 10 commandments. Yes, you know, it comes down to silver for sure.
And that's what I'm saying. He had all that ability anyway. It was, you know, it just needed to be, you know, again, same. He was going to be good in the ring as long as he had people to pour into him and experiences, and, you know what I mean, and be able to work with different people. He knew he was going to be good because that's just who he is. Again, transferred up, he's under a phenomenal learning tree. No matter what anybody says about Vince, when it comes to the business and business in general, the man's very wise. All he's got to do is sit under that, and then you combine that with the wrestling knowledge he had and then his passion for it and for learning about it and for learning more about it. That's a recipe for success. I mean, I've always felt, like, it doesn't surprise me the shape that NXT is in, and I feel that the WWE, and I'm not saying because he's money, I'm saying because I believe it to be true. Look, what is the one thing, you know, that you had a knock about Vince, or, you know, and he tried to cure it, he tried to get in there. But I mean, when you get in there with him, he says, well, I've only got X amount of ability and this, that, and the other. And so, and again, I'm not, there's nobody will work harder than Vince, but at the same time, the one thing he could never sort of understand was our side of it. Hunter does. You know what I mean? And that's the final puzzle piece.
That's it, because Vince has operated, I mean, as a man, he's father, uncle, mentor, friend, psychiatrist. I mean, how many head cases? All of us have been in there. And I consider my almost like another father figure.
And we all do, right? I mean,
but it's interesting that you say he doesn't see the business from the point that the boys do. Hunter does. He's experienced all the rest from Vince as well. So it's a well-rounded base.
Right, and things you think about, again, you think about all the psychology things that Vince said. Yeah, and I'm just, you said I could actually talk about the ledge.
Yeah, I've talked about the ledge a bunch of times.
He had to save Steve from Steve sometimes.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. Wasn't the one guy he never had to do that with. Never had to save him from himself. Never had to talk to him. I mean, you think about all the guys he's dealt with over the years. Everybody bringing some kind of insecurity, some kind of hang-up. With him, he didn't have to. Again, he's not the all-knowing, all-seeing. Hunter's not. But he didn't come in with a bunch of, he didn't come with any baggage. But when he got there, he didn't all of a sudden like, oh, they're getting their whatever, or get into this, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And so he got this perfectly moldable entity, and you know, Hunter's the result of it. Like I said, he had the one puzzle piece that Vince didn't have, and I think that bodes well for the future.
I want to speak real quickly then, before we wrap this thing up, your relationship with Vince. When you were living real fast, that's why I always tell people I was living fast.
You serious? Stardust? That was a joke, right? That's a joke. Stardust to beat Cody again and win against Ambrose. I would like to see Cody come back, but I like Cody as Stardust. I think it's a nice little gimmick for him.
I'll put it this way. When I came back in 2002, you know, I came in like, you give a huge mea culpa, gee, sorry, and this and that and the other, and he said, hey, and then he goes, I always saw it. He said, that's why I was able to put up with it, because I always knew it. You needed to see it, because it doesn't matter how much I see, it doesn't matter how much anybody else sees it, until you see it, you can't bring it out of yourself. So, but I mean, again, like, you know, whatever, wanting to leave to go to WCW, he's like, what happened there? Don't look at me. You know, you know, and he said, you know, the money will be fine. He said, but after a while, creatively, you need something creatively. They can't give you that. There's no way to give you that here. He said, all the money in the world, I can stand it. You know, I mean, it's like people say, you know, it's like we were talking earlier, like, you know, there's that big payoff to go back, but it's like, I can't do it for that reason. If it isn't here, you know, I can't do it. And so, again, even though, you know, we try to say good business, and it is. I mean, you always come back to, you know, they got to make money to do this, but at the same time, that was never the motivating factor. You know, I mean, we got into it, you and I got into it, putting a lot of money in. You know, it eventually got to where, wow, you could have a real life. Like, that was a huge bonus. Yeah. You know what I mean? No, because I just got in business because I want to be a pro wrestler. I just can't get over the physicality. You know, I mean, travel around like this, living in a one-bedroom apartment in the car, that was success. Yeah. With Corpus on Monday, Laredo on Tuesday. You know what I mean? And then the big show in San Antonio on the weekend. That was success.
You know, Sean, I always told up at WWE events, you know, once a month these days to do these podcasts, so it's fun for me as a grizzled veteran to talk to some of these guys who are currently in the business, in the trenches, trying to find out who and what they are and try to get to the top of the card. And it always comes full circle. And I'll ask you, who influences you in the ring? You know, how do you describe your work? And man, time after time after time, you know, Shawn Michaels, you have inspired a whole new generation of wrestlers. When you hear this, you've inspired some of the new guys that are in the ring right now. How does that make you feel?
That's nice.
I don't really see Big Show, man. He's kind of done. He said it once. He said it a month or so back that they're just gonna use him for like they do Brock Lesnar. Every now and again, they use him for like big things when they want to do something. He's like a special attraction. And I don't really see him winning any major titles anymore. It's like my brother here would say, will he bring people in? Will he make money? I don't see him being a money maker. Not like Lesnar.
Reminds you of a young Shawn Michaels, or just says, hey, he's got a lot of potential. Let's see if he can realize it.
You know, I think Rollins is one. I think Ziggler's one. You know, I like Ambrose. I like Bray Wyatt. Again, certainly he's not my style, but I mean, I really like him. I mean, I can remember. I think it was SummerSlam. I can remember watching his entrance and thinking, like, I think he's the Undertaker of this generation, to where he can create something that lasts a long time. And he seems to be the young man that's really bright, that has the ability, like Mark did or Mike Payne, to continue to keep himself fresh. But again, so the only thing I worry about is like someone, again, like a Ziggler who goes a little too much like a Ziggler who goes a little too much in my patterns. One thing, and again, it's like people get on me, well, you do that Flair. I waited. Once people said, once there started to be some little talk of me and Flair, I realized at least they got on the radar. Then it was time for me to establish my own. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that I would encourage these guys to do. You let people influence you to the point where they make that comparison at the beginning. They go, hey, he might be, but then you need to set yourself apart. The only problem that I see with this generation is that they continue to go down. Like I saw Dolph TV, I said, I just want to thank you, man. Every Monday night, man, my Twitter numbers go up because I can always count on you to remind everybody of me. Right. You know what I mean? I don't take that. Well, he just chuckled and he goes, I got one for you tonight. You know, I'm paying homage to you tonight. What you get? And he's let me ask you a question.
Mark Henry, look, hold on, because I got to go off into a spiel. And